What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it is the first time you're touching down on this channel, welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. We talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. Today, I'm coming at y'all with another upcoming hat releases video. Now, I know I was gone for a minute. I had to take a couple days, rest. I caught a cold. It is what it is. We're gonna finish the rest of August strong. Video every day of August, so y'all can tap back into the channel, and there will be a new video for y'all to watch. Let's get started. Like I said, ECAP City up first. I guess they're getting their shipments regularly again because they are dropping quite a few hats. A lot of good hats too. Like, not bad at all. I like that Oakland A's. I like that teal pop on the front logo. The San Francisco Giants, not a team I normally look at, but I think that two-tone is clean. The Utah Jazz is also a pretty nice hat, and that Atlanta Braves that has like the UNC vibes. I feel like we've seen that one before or something similar, but I still like it. I know a lot of you are probably gonna go for the Stomper and the Pirates, and those are nice too. It's just not normally front logos that I pick up. So here's an okay look at the side patches. We can't really see too much because there's a lot of hats, and so they're like pretty condensed in this photo, but the side patches aren't bad. It's pretty standard. I wouldn't say it's like great patchwork or anything like that, but like I said, not bad at all. And I do like the color combinations on these. It looks like there is a variety in terms of UV colors. There's a lot of grays in the mix. Love to see it. There's some tans, a icy, and what is that, an olive? Okay, and we got a red too. So an olive and a red. And you could also see the patches a little bit better. The lighting is a little bit better in that one. And here's another photo of the patches. I wish they would include more photos, but it is what it is. I get it. So let's take it back to that front picture, and y'all can let me know down below in the comment section what y'all are picking up, if anything, from ECAP City this week. Is it a save your money week or a spend your money week? Now we're gonna move on to Capanova USA. This collection I think is pretty clean. I'm really digging this collection. This collection is inspired by Cherry Garcia, or like Sundays. And if y'all don't see what they did in the caption there, it says serving Cherry Garcia on a Sunday. That's because the collection is dropping on Sunday. So August 28th, 12 p.m. in store, 1 p.m. online. This is a spend your money alert, at least in my opinion. All of them are really nice. And it's crazy because these are front logos that I normally would not really pay the most attention to, like that Padres joint. Y'all know Montreal Expos is just not the team that I pick up, but all of those hats are fire. The Atlanta Braves and the Boston Red Sox are the two that I'm really paying attention to. Red UV, and it looks like black guts on this one. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Do y'all like these off-white domes? Because people going crazy for the off-white crowns lately, so is this one that you're going to be adding to your collection on Sunday? We got to talk about Lids and LidsHatDrop this week because they both have two fire collections in my opinion. We're going to talk about Lids first because they're dropping this collection called Leftovers. Now, it looks like this is not online yet. It's only in stores, but I highly recommend that you go to your local Lids. Like, I might actually go to my local Lids and see what they talking about, see what teams they have, because I like this collection a lot. I like the color combination that they chose. It definitely gives me Thanksgiving vibes, and I'm pretty sure y'all get that from, you know, Leftovers being the title and the colors that they chose. You definitely get fall time Thanksgiving vibes, which is the season that we are going into, so it is appropriate. It came right on time, and I really appreciate that. I already talked about the color combination that they picked. I like it. Boom, we got that out of the way. Now we're gonna talk about color placement, because I think that's another place that this collection really shines. I love what they did with the color placement. I don't think that there's any bad hats. Are there some that I think with a couple tweaks would have been better? But that's just my personal taste. We're all gonna have personal taste. There's gonna be people who don't like this color combination. I can already see that. You know, and it is what it is. Buy what you like. You know, if you don't like it, move on to the next drop. These colors are definitely not for everybody. And from what I saw in like some random photos that I saw on Instagram, it looks like these have a yellow sweatband with like an orange UV, which is very different. I don't think that we see too many companies taking advantage of, you know, making the sweatband different colors. It's usually white, black, white, black, white, black. But in the recent last couple drops, we've seen Lids really taking advantage of being able to change the sweatband color. So they're really using all the different components of the hat, and I think that's dope. Now we're gonna talk about LidsHatDrop. They had a banger on their hands last week with that Office collection, or Strictly Business, I believe it was called, collection. That one was fire. But this week, or upcoming releases, is gonna be this Red Rock collection. I say upcoming because it does not say Friday 12 p.m. Eastern in the caption, so I don't know that for sure. And I did not watch the video that they put up with the Lids president, because he designed this, talking about the hats. Something about me, I don't watch these recaps. And I feel like I have mentioned that, very briefly in previous videos, but I don't watch the recaps. I don't watch the Lids recap. I don't watch the Hat Club recap. And it's nothing about the presentation or anything like that, because I feel like they're all hella entertaining. Like Ben at Hat Club, hella entertaining recap. Y'all should definitely tap in. And I feel like the Lids HD recaps are usually entertaining as well. I was definitely tapped into the hat battles that they were doing a couple weeks ago. I did watch that. But there's just something about watching people who work for the companies talk about the hats. It's like you have to be very prideful about what you're selling, and I get that. But I would rather just watch it after the drop so that I'm not influenced by what they have to say. That's just my opinion, though. And some of y'all might feel that type of way about the upcoming hat releases video. Y'all might watch this after the releases. I don't know. But yeah, that's just a little fact about me. Anyways, this is the Red Rock collection. It really looks like a well thought out collection. Like, I'm looking through the hats, and he chose great front logos with great side patches. It's not one of those collections where it's like, oh, the front logo is fire, but y'all picked a bad side patch. Or the side patch is great, but why did y'all have to go with that front logo? None of them give me that vibe. Like that Phillies with the flying ball, y'all already know that's not a front logo that I look at very often, but that hat goes crazy. That hat goes crazy. With the Liberty Bell side patch, that hat is fire. And then, of course, you have the Dodgers with the outline, which kind of gives the Dodgers logo some depth, because alone, the Dodgers logo can look a little skinny, just in my opinion. But when the Dodgers logo doesn't have an outline, it be looking a little skinny on the front of the hats. It just does. And that Dodger Stadium side patch, y'all already know that's one of my favorites. I feel like if you're not gonna use the Coliseum side patch, the Dodger Stadium side patch is like the best next one that you could go with. And then of course there's the 100th anniversary, but for me personally, I really like the Dodger Stadium side patch. I think the Isotopes is cold. That one is probably gonna fly whenever they do release these. The Astros prototype is fire. I love how they did the different colors on the front from what I could just see in these little images right here. The Cubs is probably gonna fly. The Boston Red Sox is probably gonna fly. That Atlanta Braves with the Tomahawk front logo, probably gonna fly. So, prepare yourself now, have a game plan on release day so that you don't miss out. Now we're gonna talk about New Era Cap and their recent releases. These are all on the website now, the ones that I'm gonna talk about. It's been like 4 releases that they've been dropping. They're on a roll. Like, there's some misses and some hits, but they're on a roll regardless. They're like, you gonna get these hats. That's that's New Era's motto right now. Like, whether it hits or it misses, they're gonna drop these hats. So this one is the Back to School collection, which again, good timing, and I appreciate that. I don't like seeing Easter hats after Easter. I don't want to see Halloween hats after Halloween. I want them to be timely. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate the timeliness of it. So here are these hats. They do remind me, just off rip, they remind me of the Lids HD, like Crayola, Back to School, school supplies, whatever the collection was called. I believe it was school supplies. It does remind me of that. These have pink UVs though, if I remember correctly. Yeah, pink UVs. It does look kind of peach in that picture. If you ask me, it looks a little peach with a black sweatband, but it does say pink undervisors. So pink UVs on this with the black sweatband. This is not really my cup of tea, but that's okay because a lot of other people are probably really gonna like it. If I had to say which hats I think look the best, it's gonna be the ones that include pink in the front logo, because I think it just comes together a little bit nicer. So that Atlanta Braves, that one's clean, but like the Dodgers, see, there it is again with the outline. It just looks better that way. I like the Florida Marlins. You got the pink inside the fish. You have a little bit of that pink for the shadow inside of the A. For the Angels hats, there's a pink outline on the Oakland A's hat. The ones with the pink just look a little bit better to me. I'll run through the first page one more time so y'all can see what it's looking like. That Orioles is not bad either. Just because I'm not, super geeked on them doesn't mean that they're bad hats. and vice versa. There's gonna be times where I'm super geeked about something and y'all are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, no, that's not a good hat. It just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on now to the New Era Flame collection. When I first saw these, I was like, damn, those are some bright ass hats. But I like them. It kind of gives me like it kind of gives me Moon Rocks vibes because of the color combination. It also kind of gives me cyberpunk vibes. Like using those, they're not like neon colors, but I'm just gonna say neon for lack of a better word. Those like range of colors in a different way, right? Because Moon Rocks was black hats with like pink and purple accents, or red and purple accents, really. Red and purple accents. Cyberpunks was black hats and navy hats with like those neon colored threading. So different way of using the colors, but they give me the same vibe. It's different, and they have gray UVs, which I think is good because that crown color is crazy loud. Like, that's not a hat if you want to be low key. So the gray UV with the black guts, that was definitely a good choice. But I like the color combination that they did here. Like I said, something different. Is it an everyday hat? Probably not. I wish it said on here what color that crown was exactly, what color the crown and top bill are. As y'all can see on this Orioles hat, it's like a bright red crown and top bill, blue, purple, maybe some infrared or more of that same red in the side patch and in the front logos. I think it's dope. It's loud as hell. But on some of the hats, it looks really nice. Like this Cubs. You got that lavender, like light purple and blue ring behind the Cubs logo with the infrared eyes, the infrared face, the black rest of the bear, Wrigley Field side patch. I like that one. It also kind of gives me like a J-Tips vibes. That's the one that I was forgetting. It also kind of gives me a little bit of J-Tips vibes in the mix. Just the colors that were picked, you know? Flying Ball, Phillies. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Flame collection from New Era. A lot of y'all probably not gonna like this one. And that's okay. That Astros prototype, do they have a 7 1/8? That might have to come home. Might have to. Yeah, y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all think about this New Era Flame collection. We're gonna move on to Just Caps Drop 9. So Just Caps Drop 9 is actually an NFL collection, which I think is dope. And I think the fact that they did off-white crowns is gonna have some people who don't collect NFL teams picking these up anyway. So it's like NFL teams, you know, you have the off-white crown, team colors for the top bill, for the eyelets and the buttons on top. What color is the UVs on these? I feel like it's gray. Is it green? It's green. I like that. Green UV with the white guts. I like that. Gray would have been nice too, but the green was a good choice. Okay, New Era. Okay. I'm not gonna clap too loud because I know the mic is right there, but this deserves a round of applause. I really like this. Pro Bowl side patch. The Eagles. I was in Philly when they won the Super Bowl. I'll never forget that experience. It was wild. It was a wild time. Sold a lot of jerseys, sold a lot of hats, met a lot of good people. We have a Steelers joint with the Pro Bowl. I think this is dope. You know, not everybody who collects fitted hats necessarily watches the MLB. So for the people who watch the NFL, y'all get some good hats this time around. Now we're going to talk about Just Caps Drop 8. These definitely give me mint chocolate chip vibes. I know the pink accents don't necessarily align with like mint chocolate chip, but because of the crown color and the top bills and the brown accents and some of the front logos and side patches, I just get mint chocolate chip vibes. I'm very surprised that this Cubs is sitting, but I do feel like maybe New Era is dropping large quantities, and that's why some of these hats are sitting, because people are buying them. I'm seeing the pictures on Instagram, people are buying the hats. I feel like with New Era, what really determines whether or not I cop is if there's more than one on the website that I want. So like if I'm on the website and I'm going for a specific hat, I'll buy that hat, but I need to be buying something else. I can't just purchase from New Era Cap just buying one hat. I don't know why that is. The camera cut off, but I was basically saying if it's just one hat on the site that I want, on New Era specifically, I will just watch that one hat until there's something else that I could check it out with. Does anybody else do that? Let me know in the comment section. Capsule Hats is up next. They're dropping this sampler pack on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern online. They're going to be in store at Laced Up Manhattan at 11 a.m. First come, first serve. I think that's a much better way of doing it. I personally like first come, first serve. I feel like you get the old school vibes of standing in line for something that you really want when people do first come, first serve. I think with the times of today, like, you know, people not being on the right type of time, the stabbings and things like that, first come, first serve is a little wild. Like when I see people doing first come, first serve, I'm like, that's wild. Like no wristbands, no nothing, that's crazy. But there is a part of me that's still like, I fucks with that. That's dope. You know, I don't know. I go back and forth about it. I want everybody to be safe, but I also feel like, you know, if you want something, put in that footwork to get it. It just is what it is. So like I said, the Atlanta Braves and the Cubs are definitely going to fly. That Seattle Mariners, don't sleep on that either. But the Cubbies and the Braves are the ones to go after. Yeah, you can see them all right here. So icy UV on the Cubs once again, like a royal blue on the Mariners, red UV on the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves kind of gives me Manolo vibes. We're gonna take a quick look at Styll because they're not doing a full collection or like a set of hats. It's just gonna be this Toronto Lucky Money hat. So it's the Toronto Blue Jays. Let me give y'all a good look at that front logo once again. Extra embroidery on this one. Y'all know how I feel about that. On some hats it's a hit, on some hats it's a miss. It just is what it is. I still don't like those Yankee hats with the Statue of Liberty and the taxi cabs and all of that shit on it. I already know that New York has the Statue of Liberty and taxi cabs. It gives me very much Canal Street vibes, and I've said that in the past. So yeah, the extra embroidery, it's a hit or a miss. I will say don't sleep because you might get something in hand that changes your mind and you're like, damn, I kind of fucks with it. So, you know, it is what it is. The worst thing that you can do is buy it and not like it. And then what? You just sell it to somebody else who does like it. No harm, no foul. You know what I'm saying? So Toronto Lucky Money. This drops Wednesday, August 24th, 12 p.m. Eastern. It seems like there's limited quantity. So yeah, don't sleep on that. And Styll ships very fast in case anyone is worried. If you're in the US, I got my hat very quickly. Sports World is dropping a princess pack of 2 hats. And I thought the inspiration behind these was interesting. Maybe somebody has kids or something. I don't know. The inspiration was very, very interesting for this one. But I don't really care. If the hats are good, the hats are good. And this time around, the hats are good. So these are going to be releasing tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'll try to get this video out before 7 p.m. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. Moving on is Exclusive Fitted. Exclusive Fitted dropped this collection recently. I don't believe it had a name or anything like that. It was just some two-tones and one waving Cubs. That's not a two-tone. This was an interesting color combination. Not normally something that I would expect to see. It's like forest green, purple, yellow, orange, but it works. And when it works, it works. I'm not gonna knock it. You got a Padres with the swinging Friar. There's a Cincinnati Reds in the mix, California Angels, Pirates, Cubs. I really like that Cubs. That's a nice one. Peach UVs, it looks like. Here's a good look at those before I take it over to the website and we see what's left. So it looks like there's a few sizes left of select teams, not a lot. So 7 1/8 left on the Friar joint, a couple sizes left on the California Angels, the Los Angeles Angels, whatever you want to call it. Some people are nitpicky. The Cincinnati Reds, seems like there's a lot of sizes left of that one. The COVID Pirates, sold out, that's gone. I'm surprised the Cubs isn't gone. Like when the hype dies, the hype really dies. And that's why I tell y'all to buy what you like. Because a lot of Cubs hats that would have sold out a couple months ago are now sitting. Because the people that was hyping them up are no longer hyping them up. They've moved on to other teams that they genuinely like. So why are you not buying what you genuinely like? Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. And here goes the waving Cubs, which only a couple sizes left. I'm going to refresh this one more time to make sure that it's still available, and it is. So Sneakertown re-released the Marge hat from their Simpsons collection, and this is like a solo Marge hat, so you don't have to buy the full set again in order to get this hat. Seems like there are all the sizes left. None of them say sold out. So yeah, if you were, looking for the Marge hat and maybe didn't want to buy the whole set or couldn't afford the whole set, whatever the case is, the Marge joint is back in stock on Sneakertown, the Milwaukee Brewers Marge hat. And lastly, I did want to set aside a little bit of time to talk about FamCapStore and Toppers once again, because if you didn't catch it in the last video, it seems like FamCapStore and Toppers will not be shipping or selling to the US and Canada for much longer. I think that the last, the end date for that is going to be September, I believe, just from what I'm hearing and what I've read. So if you see something on FamCapStore, they dropped these zombies hats today. These zombie inspired hats right here. Not really my style, but like I said, if there's anything on here, the mint joints from last week, if there's anything on these sites that you want, let's move over to Toppers so y'all can see what's going on Toppers. That Cubs is really nice. And I think that's a restock because I feel like I've seen it before, but either way, that Cubs is fire. If you see anything on Toppers that you like, that you've been waiting to pull the trigger on, that you've been expecting a restock on, especially with Toppers because they're good for restocks, any of that stuff, if you've been sitting and waiting, now's the time to purchase. Now is the time to support before you can't do it anymore, because it will not be impossible to buy from these stores if you live in the US and Canada, but it will be a little bit more difficult. And some people have a hard enough time already affording the hats, you know what I mean? And now they have to pay an additional kind of like okie doke fee for the assist, or for somebody to reship it to you, or for however you decide to, maneuver around those new rules. You're going to have to pay a little extra. And some people are not going to be able to swing that. So if there's something on the site that you like right now, go ahead and support. That was the last thing that I wanted to cover. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love, and I will check y'all out in the next one.